At least 19 people now connected to the president or the White House have coronavirus. The president will also be returning to a White House that is in the midst of a coronavirus outbreak.
Don't let it dominate. Don't let it take over your lives. Don't let that happen.
You're looking good.
Okay, look, I wore this for you.
You got it.
Dissent.
Stay in the fight. Dissent. Ayanna, lots been happening in the past few days. How are you thinking about all this?
For this Trump White House, this is really more of the same. They are cruel, they are callous, they are corrupt, and the occupant of this White House looks out for himself, but not the American people. In fact, I believe he has contempt for the American people. Everyone should have the high quality health care and paid leave that Donald Trump benefited from this week, because health care is a human right.
That is exactly right. And you know, Trump has totally failed to contain this pandemic. And instead, he's out there hosting super spreader events. And at the same time, he is trying to actively destroy the Affordable Care Act to put health care coverage out of reach for millions of Americans. Look, Donald Trump received top-notch health care paid for by the taxpayers, while hundreds of people are dying every day in this country. The American people know hypocrisy when they see it, and they're seeing it right now in the White House.
Since Donald Trump seems to only speak in tweets, let's lift up the most important tweets, that of the American people.
I've got one right here, Ayanna. My boyfriend's brother was denied a hospital stay when he tested positive for COVID, even though his medical records show he had asthma. He died a few days later in the shower. Rage doesn't even begin to describe the feelings we've been feeling about all of this.
My mom died alone in a hospital this May. We couldn't be with her when she died for one simple reason: to protect others from COVID. I can't believe this happened, and I can't believe this was allowed. We have to do better than this.
Yeah. You know, that's exactly right. All that we try to do, masks and protective equipment and isolation, it's to try to protect others, because
That's right.
that's what we want to do. We want to take care of other people. My mama has cancer. I've hugged her once in 10 months, and I'm largely unable to see her. To hug, I quarantined, tested negative, and we both wore ponchos, masks, gloves, and shields. So everything about this event, Trump, makes me unspeakably angry. Pure, selfish, reckless indifference. You know, millions of people feel angry, and many don't have health insurance, and even those who do are at risk for losing it. Trump doesn't care that the majority of Americans support the Affordable Care Act. He has been champing at the bit to try to repeal it.
We will immediately repeal and replace the disaster known as Obamacare.
Repeal and replace Obamacare.
And even as the Trump administration is trying to deal with a new surge of coronavirus cases, the president is pushing ahead with his efforts to repeal the Affordable Care Act.
On November 10th, the Supreme Court will hear arguments in California versus Texas. Trump and the Republicans could finally get what they've been chasing for years: the fall of the Affordable Care Act.
This couldn't be more hypocritical, and it could not be more cruel. Trump receives the best medical care paid for by the taxpayers, while he pays just $750 in income taxes. Meanwhile, he refuses to pass a COVID relief package, but demands the Republican Senate steal him another Supreme Court seat so the court can rip health care away from millions of people in the midst of a pandemic, no less.
And Ayanna, let's talk about who would suffer most.
Everyone would suffer if the ACA falls, because it protects people with pre-existing conditions. And let's not forget that this now includes every single American who survived COVID-19 or who is sick right now. But the particularly vulnerable people who would be impacted are people of color and people with disabilities.
This is terrible, but we are not without power. Let's talk about what we can do to protect the Affordable Care Act. Elect Democrats up and down the ballot. Look, just last week, We had a vote in the Senate to force the Trump administration to stop trying to overturn the Affordable Care Act in court. And who blocked it? The Republicans. And that's why we need to win big. We need to take back the White House, take back the Senate, expand our majority in the House, and we need to take back state houses from Republican governors and legislatures that are blocking Medicaid expansion. November 3rd, that's a time of accountability.
And it's not too late to take meaningful steps to fight these attacks, to resist this dangerous Supreme Court nominee and win these critical seats, all these seats. So much is at stake in this election. It's going to take all of us. When we fight, we win. So get in this fight.
Yes, get in this fight all the way.